Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It is Friday, the 9th of March, and I am early tonight to make up for being late and long-winded last night. And we have some stuff to deal with in the Friday night line. Leela, hairdresser, my hairdresser, Leela, she watches the video. Leela, again, that kind of spiky thing happening here. I know what's going on. So I come back, I need a undo and a redo. Wait, give me some spikes. People are going to want to know what is going on with Philip's head. And Leela, you can answer me on the thread. What's going on, where these spikes come from. Because this is not gel, and this is not mousse, or wax, or any of those things. This is just normal hair. And it doing this. Now, it's not a bad thing because I'm getting some very interesting messages and calls. And if they're calling me for the spikes, supposing I can't keep it. Supposing I can't keep it up, I don't know. Hold on, I have to take a call here. I'm taking a call live on the show. We are live now. You are not live because I'm talking to you. But you could do the interview and nobody will know it's you. So I'll call you back in 20 minutes. Be outside so you can hear the call. Bye. That is me running down a witness. I want to say a witness. She is somebody who's going to be giving us some information of stuff that's going on in the Arima Borough. You're like my orange sweater. It's Friday night, and I was in the gym, and I come here to do this, and I didn't realize, I have a lot of these hoodies, and I didn't realize this one was so orange, and it just like fixed up, and it fit in. And while I'm catching up on all the messages and all the calls and all, but I'm not calling anybody, but plenty WhatsApps and plenty messages on Facebook, and organizing myself and we self for the line, call out everybody now, call out everybody and tell them we on the inside and we out and bad tonight, you know. So listen, and before we go any further, and this is very important, and it is very important just now. You see how we say housekeeping? We have to pay attention to a lot of things, and we need to address, I don't know if we will get it. Sorry, I apologize. I am on time and I am on top of everything. It is now 8 o'clock, so anybody signing on right now, Arlene Portia Grant, I tip my hat to you tonight, girl. And I want to tell you something. You're a real soldier. I like how you talk. We could always, all of us, we could always disagree, but we must do it without becoming disagreeable. It is too easy for people to mash things up that they can't build. Building things, that's hard. And people like Arlene, people like Nicholas Jaikaran, people like Lima, McLeod, Wilkinson. Lima, I want to say a good night to you, darling. Lima is one of the sweetest members, and she hot like a pepper. Johnny, her husband, has watched that man and has think, boy, you know, your hands full there. Today is Lima's son's birthday. And I'm trying to find his correct name because she had put out a post and now I'm not finding it. Lima, I want to say happy birthday to your son. And you're not around to tell me. So when y'all see Lima, tap her there for me and tell her that we want to say happy birthday to her son because I'm not seeing it on her wall. And it's important that I do say that. And Lima's son's name is Yaniv. Happy birthday, Yaniv. Yaniv is a real cool soldier. Happy birthday, Yaniv. And I want to say, as we're talking to the pep babies, we call them the pimentos. I want to say a special good evening to two of our best little pimentos. All of them are beautiful and perfect when they are at our meetings. It just changes the whole rhythm of the place because we know it's them we're doing it for. And I would like to give a shout out to Anya and Samara. two beautiful babies. Happy birthday, Yaniv. Special good evening, Andy and Samara. And all of the mummies and all of the daddies. Diana's son, Chase, a real cool, Cash, a real cool little dude. All of the mummies. And of course, Lemoy's daughter, Gabby, who is the head of our youth parliament. It's looking like, when I say youth, baby parliament. But all of the mummies and all of the daddies, if you want me to do a shout out to the babies and they're listening, send me a message, because you know they like to like themselves. They like to say, my name, call. And we owe it to them because they are the future and we need to take care of them. I need to also, I also need to address other things. I'm going to get into all of that. But while we're sharing the video and telling everybody that we're here and we're out and we're out and bad, let me take in our music and share it up, and we'll come back and be alright.
Hey, senor, you see anything daddy and spark?
Yeah.
You must know that. Big fat men with plenty blue money in the pocket. You don't see that, senor? No, man. You don't see that. Hey, you see the man, they don't say I find Eldorado, it really was down in South, but it was Mexico that them was talking about.
Them rich Trinidadians show me this whole Eldorado thing. They hear it like lords, but they want to live there like kings.
As they get a little money in the pocket, they hide in the cacada. And when you miss them, stamp on them, there's somewhere in Panama.
Going for the money.
I got to go to Panama, mama. What it is they have over there? Make it really just gone clear. Some say that they gone with 2,000, 40,000, 7,000. I hear they mention 2 million. And for the pension, 2 million. I don't like good talk, so I take in a walk. If I don't like to keep it wrong. Partner, stamp the passport. Panama, here I come. Some say that they gone with 2,000. Some talking about 10,000. I hear they mention million. And for the pension, million.
Look, they had a big Chinese gentleman. Why? Don't know his name.
Say he was a big businessman and
Horse racing was his name.
they even call him some kind of ambassador.
I really don't know.
But this is Papi Showland.
Nearly everything is a papi show.
They say he had a riding partner. They called this partner the world.
I will have to keep moving along when I reach in the next verse. You see that quote? David, brother, that quote, I thief that quote from you a long time. I say that every time I talk. In this papi show land, everything is a papi show. Let me show you what I mean. Right? Explain to me how William Monroe's newly reinvented, newly constituted, I'm not sticking it. I just want to show you all, because some of you all want to know, but how Philip jump out his skin and get on like a jamet so on the people TV. And I want to show you, and I'm telling you still, and I'm accounting, and anytime you all know me, I quick to apologize, like last night. Last night I may have said some industrial words, and I apologize for that. This get me hot under the collar. And yes, look today, Catman want to take Munilal outside and beat him for a word he mishear. The man mishear a word. And he want to go and groom Rudal. And Rudal jump up. He ready for a grooming. We missed that. But I know, he really want to kick up Rudal. Rudal ain't doing Rowley nothing. Rudal ain't bothering Rowley. Philip Edward Alexander keeping Rowley and the bandit clan up in the night. Can't sleep. They can't sleep. Right now they're planning all kind of conspiracy. We're going to raise some funds and pelt it for surgery and say, oops, in the middle of the surgery the man dead. He dead all the friggin' time, you know. But oops, in the middle of the surgery he dead. All you who think all you ever going and see Maxi Coffee again. And Buzz Alert. You see Buzz Alert with your little meme? Well, let's stick a pin, eh? Now is not the time to make people laugh because it's $3.2 million so far that they thief and they spend on a man who not entitled. So Buzz Alert. And all you're funded by the UNC. And I know the UNC and the PNM gang up. So we're looking for a tag team right through. Because this girl, Kim Kardashian, Trinidad own, what's her name, Amber Rose, that interviewed me. They sent me a picture of this girl running for UNC 6 months ago. She was a UNC candidate 6 months ago, but then her hair was blonde and short and well cropped. And she was looking more like that side of she family. Now she's looking like this side of she family. Weave up, rest in your face, and she tell you, and I'll give it you up front. That's what she tell me. I am a member of the newly reconstituted Black Caucus. That's what she hit me. I didn't know what I was supposed to mean. Then I find out William Monroe. I find out O'Brien Haynes, who running Synergy TV. O'Brien, I ain't look for you there, bro. I ain't look for you there. All your secret agendas. I really ain't look for you there, no. But I tell Chanta, they got walk in Chinley studio, normal. I ain't afraid of nobody. I tell Rowley, you not vexed with Monilal. It's me you vexed with. And call me out, brother. I come in. You name the day, you name the time. Make it pay-per-view. Let me broadcast that and raise some funds. PNM could take half, PP, we could use half. Because they asked me some questions. And apparently, when I left the interview, Madam asked some questions to make it sound like she had real questions to ask. And in the interest of fairness, I am answering those questions now. The first question: what is the name of the bank account of our party? Progressively Empowering People. Now that sounds different to the Progressive Empowerment Party. Why would it sound different? Her question says she understands it's different from the name of the party. If so, is it a private business account? No. It's a non-profit account duly registered with the Ministry of Legal Affairs. It has directors who are members of the Progressive Empowerment Party. Now, anybody watching this in their right mind will say, Felco, because when people say it usually precedes a Felco. Felco, why would the party be Progressive Empowerment Party, but the bank account be Progressively Empowering People? Well, I could be evasive, and I could tell you, ask Jack Warner, ask Basdio Pandey. I could say, go and dig up Patrick Manning, ask him. I could tell you, call Michael Kwamena, Kerwin Garcia. I could tell you, ask Anand Ramlogan, Kamla Prasad Bisasa. I could tell you, ask Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabgarowli. I could tell you, ask Johnny Sukaran, also known as Faris Arawi, or Junior Attorney to the Stars, Stuart Young, who yesterday told the nation there is no law that covers a sabbatical. And the Salaries Reviews Commission immediately put out a release. There is a law. Since 2004, Stuart, read your law, brother. Did you get your law degree in a box of Wheaties? Did it come in a pack of Cracker Jack? How did you become a lawyer? I think we need an inquiry into Stuart Young's law degree. Because that is a gentleman who told the nation, even though his daddy is the managing director of Scotiabank, he doesn't understand how checks work. But I don't want to get sidetracked. Coming back to this, I don't want to be evasive. When you ask us, why does the Progressive Empowerment Party have a bank account called Progressively Empowering People? Sounds strange. Check this out. Kaifa Michael Modest, one of the founding members of the Progressive Empowerment Party, and myself, days before the launch, went and lined up in the Ministry of Legal Affairs and did our name searches. Progressive Empowerment Party, we're here to set up our company. Lo and behold, and I want everybody to pay attention to this, there is no law in Trinidad and Tobago that recognizes any construct called a political party. Not even the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago recognizes any such animal. There is nothing in law. You cannot register a political party. The United National Congress or Club 88 or United Labour Front or Democratic Action Congress or Tapia Movement or the People's National Movement, none of those organizations have a bank account. Pandey accused Jack Warner of taking 3 million in his name. Jack Warner accused Pandey of taking 5 in his name. But out of an abundance of transparency. Now I know, you get all little information, so you want to come and stick with, and I want to answer you clear. Out of an abundance of transparency, the Progressive Empowerment Party, when we found out that you could not register a political party, we sought advice from the best constitutional lawyers. Because, thank you Avalon Reed, who is saying, I said this months ago, I know, but to answer listen, I walk in out the gym and somebody say, Apps, Hustle, Friday Night Line. People know this show, and I know that they have people on the outskirts who hear Tamako, who just want to hear what we have to say. So I want to say it again. Abundance of transparency. Answering Kim Kardashian and Amber Rose. Answering your babes. Unlike the other political parties, because our Chief Research Officer, Anne-Marie Dulal, has been burning up the airwaves all day, calling all kind of people saying, I have $1 million and I would like to donate it to the PNM. I have $1 million and I'd like to donate it to the UNC. Who should I make the check out to? She can't get an answer yet. There is nothing, nowhere, that can be tracked or traced or attached to the PNM or the UNC. No, this is not me evading your question. I'm just telling you, we bunching with the cows. We up here with all of them. We up here with all of them. Like the PNM, like the UNC, we cannot register a political party. We had to go and register our symbol with the Elections and Boundaries Commission, and we did that. We got approval. We shared that information in the public space, so everybody's aware. So our constitutional lawyers told us, in the interest of transparency, do not do like the other parties, where if Monilal beg for money, he put it in his pocket. If Pandey beg, he put it in his pocket. If Rowley beg for money, he put it in his pocket. Don't do it so. Create a bank account for the party. Now, the Progressive Empowerment Party is such a transparent organization. Our founding treasurer was a guy by the name of Karen Brown, whose wife just had a baby. Again, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, on your bouncing bundle of joy. Karen had to step down, and Giselle Jordan Young, one of the founding members of the PEP, stepped up. She's the treasurer. As treasurer, she is not a director of the of the actual company we formed. The chairman is a director. Harry Hunt, who is one of the founding members, is a director. And I believe the co-chairman, Sean Sunerine, is also a director. The company has directors. None of those people who are directors of the company, neither the treasurer, are signatories on the bank account. See how this works? We then have a finance committee. The treasurer oversees the finance committee. The board of directors oversees everybody for statutory requirements, etc. And they are signatories. So any finances, any expenditure gets approved, and it works its way down all of this accountability. And then at our regular weekly meetings, we get updates. This is where we are. Now, with all of that, paisa naba, with all that, we're making paste with our flour and water. We can't make bread yet. Because the money's small. It come here and it gone there. You know what I'm telling you? We selling jerseys, sign up membership, throw a little party, make a little money. We don't have no $100 million yet. Not yet. But people are calling. People are very interested. Some very deep-pocketed individuals have been reaching out. We are going to be having a cocktail party soon. Now, this cocktail party, while it is open to anybody, is not going to be advertised as a public event. This is a cocktail party for people interested in making themselves official financiers, and an official financier of the PEP is committing to as small a number as $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month. Not even 200 US, 150 US. If you are willing to commit to $1,000 a month and you would like to be invited to that cocktail party to have a conversation one-on-one with the leadership of the party, because besides what I tell you here, there is an entire leadership of the party and you can get all of your information from them. Any more further information on how updates would be done and how finances would be updated, because from the time you are a financial contributing member of the PEP, you will have to sign a non-disclosure agreement because you will be given regular updates as to our financial situation as a financial contributing member. All of that said, all of that done. If you would like that at all, Sean Sunarayan, he posts on Facebook as Trini Mamu, Felicia Holder, or myself, send a private message so that you could be added to the list and be invited to the cocktail party. It will be in the next couple of weeks. Let's call that question handled. So I'm saying it again, the Progressive Empowerment Party exists. It is recognized by the Elections and Boundaries Commission. We've created a bank account, but you cannot create a bank account, Paul. You can't create a company, even a non-profit company called Progressive Empowerment Party. You can't. So we have to find, and we back and forth between Kaifa Michael Morris and Satish Ramsaran, back and forth to the Ministry of Legal Affairs. We do this thing upfront and transparent, and all of our documents exist, unlike the other parties. Because I would like Kim Kardashian, on behalf of the rest of us, and in the interest of transparency, ask the same questions that I am answering tonight of the PNM and the UNC. Ask them the same questions. And let's hear if they are as accountable, as responsible, as transparent, and as democratic as the Progressive Empowerment Party. Question 2. Who consists of the PEP interim executive? I have to find the thread and read the names. Bear with me 1 minute, counting down. This is the PEP interim executive. Ali G, based in New York City, she's the head of all of the Progressive Empowerment Party's overseas chapters. She personally heads up the New York City chapter. She's a member of the executive team. Anthony Difu, he is the director of PEP Media. Carlene Sideno, she's the marketing manager. Dave Lux, head of security. Debeli Jaikaran, she is the person that coordinates all of our events. Delward Braffett, he's our national security advisor, and he is also a deputy political leader. Felicia Holder, she is chairman. Giselle Jordan Young, who you just heard about, she is treasurer. Janice Lemon Cricky, she is the PRO. Kenneth Luke is the chairman of the advisory council. Limoy Chen, who is heading up membership. Lima McLeod Wilkinson, who is organizing a new team that is dealing with public meetings with public organizations. Maya Khan, who heads up our social media platform. Anne-Marie Dulal, who is our party's chief research officer. Richard Blaze, another member of the national security team. Rohan San, he is the head of our digital website team. Ryan Chinzang, youth leader. Sarah Nabi, the second deputy political leader. She's head of the social arm. Satish Ramsaran, Satish is the finance officer now. Shana Melissa, who handles our outdoor advertising. Shari Wilson, who's our chief mobilization officer. Shazal Ramjet, the head of gender and women's affairs. Trini Mamu, Sean Sunarayan, and Usha Debedi. That's our team. That's our team. That's our team. We also have founding members. Ian Griffith, Harry Hunt, Philip Alexander, Amri Dulal, Kaifa Modest, and a couple others. Out of that, we've grown this. And this and that I just read to you is the executive team that manages the Progressive Empowerment Party. 3. Does the party have any active members? Yes, we do. And if so, how many members do we have? At last check, I was told 50,000. Between 50 and 60,000. Can these be audited? We audit it regularly. Our members get emails from us I find it a little too frequently now, so we had a meeting and we decided we will cut it down to 3 times a month. And we're creating a newsletter just for the members, and it keeps the database perfected, and we keep a running conversation with our members. Now, if she meant, are we willing to hand her or the UNC that Alan Karim has been fronting this conversation through his fake trolls on social media, answering to Anna Ramlogan? Or should we answer Fazir Muhammad, who tried the same question being manipulated by a PNM string puller? The answer is no. It's a resounding no. We will never turn over our membership list. It is a membership list that caused Kishore Ramadar, Prakash Ramadhar's brother, to sue Prakash and have Prakash paying him $250,000 because Prakash accused Kishore and Nalini Dial's son and another girl, Indian girl, I can't remember her name, of leaking the COP membership list to the PNM. You see, a membership list is sacrosanct and to our members. And I want my members, our members, the Progressive Empowerment Party members, I want you all to know this. We will protect your confidentiality and defend you to the very end. The people who have access to our membership lists can be counted on one hand. And Kim Kardashian, you don't make the list. You're not on that lineup. Rowley ain't getting it. And Kamala can't have it either. And I know the UNC need to see it because the UNC is panicking. When the UNC watch the threads and they see the kind of people that is PEP now, it's panicking them. It's panicking them. And they want to get names and addresses so they could start to victimize and assassinate characters and defame and terrorize people and make meme about them. So no, UNC and PNM, you can collectively pucker up and kiss my half-red ass. You do not frame the narrative. You do not dictate the conversation. You do not tell the Progressive Empowerment Party how to run its business, no matter how high Kim Kardashian push her breasts up in the air. I want you to be clear. So the next time I may go on a media show, be it Fazir or Kim Kardashian, and they ask the same questions from the same playbook, when the UNC and the PNM and the Black Caucus and the Black Agenda and all of these dramatists starting to panic about who is the PEP, brace no man. It coming sure. It's like a wave going on break. You can't stop it. The most you could do is roll with the punch. The Progressive Empowerment Party is a real organization. People are piling on by the day. I walked through the mall today and his hug and his kiss and his... Listen, I am weeks away from not being able to go out in public without a bodyguard. It getting like a mob. And I am not knocking that either. I am loving that the people of Trinidad and Tobago have found hope amid the desert. We've lived in a cesspool of filth masquerading as politics. All of a sudden, the people of this country have hope. All of a sudden, they're standing up and they're speaking out. People call you on the phone and they say, boy, Philip, you so real. I never see somebody like you. You're fake. You're afraid to stand up and tell people to their face, kiss your ass. You're not on shit. You're for real. You come to stand up for the people and I'm with you for that, brother. There are people telling me, Philip, I ain't vote for decades. I ain't voted for decades. You have me digging up looking for ID card. You have me trying to track down my name on lists, where I live in, where they have me as living. I can't wait to vote. People writing all over Facebook. And the handful of PNM and UNC sycophants that are willing to stand and slanderize and scandalize and defame Philip, getting smaller and smaller and shrinking like Zandolis finding a hole. Because the people of Trinidad and Tobago gone orange. They claim it. It is theirs. We built it for them. And no amount of push-up bras and fake weaves, and I'm telling it to you just so. Because you can't stunt and you can't fake William Monroe. You can't belt money behind a little trollop and try to disrespect me. You mad and you blasted ass. All you wait, you know. I'm telling all you again. All you wait, you know. Judgment must come. Karma is a serious thing, you know. Plenty men thought they could have stunned for life, cockroach and maggots eating their ass tonight, you know. At some point, all pieces go back in the box, and I am critically aware of that. My life is a life of service, a life of purpose. I stand for the people, and I stand against the bullshit, and I can walk in anywhere and stand up and talk. I have a problem with that. And for those who still don't understand, you see, hearsay, you can't go into a court and say to the courtroom, Charlie, William say, you say. The judge say, hold up. You cannot say that. If you didn't hear it, you are not a witness. In law, there is a simple statement called, he who alleges must prove. Now there is a guy named Christian Hume who he fully African consciousness, but don't send him back Africa because he wouldn't know what to do there. He African consciousness as long as they have a warm colon in the Balizé that he could find himself up inside. This guy, Christian Hume, is trying to paint me as a racist because that is all they could do for black people. They can't stop black people waking up. They can't stop black people wanting more. They can't stop black people choosing better. So the only thing they could do is say, you gonna follow he? Look, your prime minister, he's a racist. He wanna build a wall around beat him and throw KFC over the wall. Now, how the ass will I sit down in an interview and hear you say to me, a man say that he had a screenshot or he saw a screenshot that he don't have anymore that seemed to suggest that you might have said this? How do you answer that? Which one of the positions can I take? How do I say? Because they used to have a way that you ask a question. If you ask a man, have you stopped beating your wife? If he says yes, that means he used to beat her. If he says no, that means he beating her still. Now the man could have never touched his wife at all. But the way the question was asked left him no way to answer. It's like George W. Bush with his bullshit. You're with us or you're with the terrorists. No, brother, there were other options. We were against the terrorists and their madness, and you and your madness too. There are lots of other options. We just hear the daisies and the flowers. We don't want nothing to do with none of all your bullshit. How about that? Yeah? So I am not ever, when Fazir said, my producer get a message and it sounds like, but anyway, forget that. I said, brother, if you read it, I have to answer it. You cannot put that to me. You cannot ascribe that to me and then leave it. You cannot. You have to have some kind of journalistic integrity. But the entire media fraternity, the decent ones, not Hamer. Hamer put out post after post. Go on Hamer wall. Now you see what I send you out to check these people, or let us get them the activity on their pages that they wasn't normally getting. But I save a couple. Because Hamer is putting out posts similar to the information that I am putting out. I put out information that answered Stuart Young 21 hours ago. Hamer find it 2 hours ago. And I put it out, and it's in the stratosphere of numbers. Hamer has 3 people viewing it. 2 of them, I am sure, loves her giggly smile. The traditional media, Sabga News Network and Massy Media, over. It done. They have nobody of substance or value outside of that diluted gene pool interbreeding. They have nothing else and nobody else interested in what you have to say. You can't charge me to read it because what you're doing is regurgitating what we already put out. Sabga smart, you know. Sabga launched something called iNews or some version of that, where Sabga asking you to take your camera, videotape it, take a picture, send it to them, and then come back and pay them for a guardian and read what you said. And they're bright. You can't get them fellas bright. They're bright. They're bright. They will tell you they're bright. You know, I didn't get a chance to share the video. I hope I'll share the video. But the point I'm trying to make in this Friday night line is this. We out there. I am live with you every night. My Facebook page, unlike the PNM, you cannot post on the PNM page even if you're a member of the PNM. they don't even have something where, you know, they have 3 levels on Facebook. Open to the public, like mine. You don't have to be my friend. I don't have to give you a friend request. You don't have to give me one. You could be a stranger to me and comment on my threads. You could see everything that's going on my Facebook. Nothing is off limits. It has 28,000 followers and just under 5,000 members. That's my main profile. I have a fan page that has the next 20,000 followers and has a different thing. The next level is you could post on their wall, it is sent to an admin for approval. So if they agree with what you say, you get approved. If they don't agree, fire about you. And then there is, you can't post at all. They can't post at all. It's just PNM, what PNM say. And nobody will take that bullshit on. Because nobody's interested in what they have to say. People keep talking and y'all are not listening. The Progressive Empowerment Party is controlling the national narrative, and we're not in government and we're not in opposition. We are dictating the pace. You cannot get away from the points that we are raising. And now they're going to conspire to deal with Maxi. It's either, well, cabinet gave you the money, the man needed the surgery and he died. It's all they to blame. Or they give them the money, they perform the surgery, in the middle of the surgery, hey boy, the man dead. Why would a man who Stuart Young in November, Fitzgerald Hines in December, Keith Rowley in January say is doing well and on his way back require further surgery? Critical surgery. According to Stuart, he was doing handstands. Camille Robinson said he's cracking jokes. He's having a good time. So what? They're going to put spinning wheels on his head? What does he need if he is in full recovery on his way back? You see, what you don't understand is they've made a mess of the House of Representatives and they've brought the Speaker of the House into odium. Now the Commissioner of Police and the Director of Public Prosecutions are talking. They have to talk. Has the country been plunged into a quagmire of lawlessness? If Stuart Young and Faris Al-Rawi, the legal representatives of the People's National Movement government, are lying to the Speaker of the House, and the Speaker of the House accepts the lie without due diligence, you just created a conspiracy to defraud the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. We in deep, dark and murky water here. And they can't get away with this because they're bordering on treason. And they know that. Rowley panicking. They can't release no more public funds because we tell you. I told you, call Michael Kwame, a Rowley lawyer, and tell him Rowley stole that money. Rowley didn't have the authority to pick up $2.5 million. We hear in the street point too now. But Rowley didn't have permission. He didn't have authority to pick up that $2.5 million and spend it on a man who had no entitlement to that benefit. By law, the law is clear. There's a salaries review commission. Obviously, Stuart Young didn't know that because he was talking bullshit about the CJ and we had to pull him up about that. But there is law. There is sufficient law in the country to run the blasted country. And these stunting jackasses are making asses of the people, but they've made asses of themselves, of their total selves. Because now, the Speaker of the House, who every 6 days has a responsibility to call on the Member of Parliament for Lauketa Talparu to account for his absence. In lieu of an accounting, declare the seat vacant. The people of La Hoqueta Talparo have a constitutional right to representation in the House of Representatives according to the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Before it recognized Prime Minister, President, Police, it recognizes the people of Trinidad and Tobago. It starts and ends there. the House of Representatives, out of which a government is elevated. You cannot have a government until those 41 seats are filled. And one of the seats is questionably empty since September 17, 2017. Where it gets worse, because the Speaker of the House of Representatives has not done due diligence, because the Speaker of the House of Representatives came out of the belly of the PNM, she in trouble. Because the Speaker of the House of Representatives has not asked for evidence. There is nothing anywhere documented to say, this is the medical condition of Maxi Coffee, and this is a fit for work certificate. You see, those two documents, proof of life, fit for work, the Speaker was supposed to ask for since October 2017. We in March 2018. And to this day, none of them in the government, in the parliament, or in the PNM have been able to provide either. How do I know? Because Keith Rowley, when he went to stunt in La Hoqueta Talbaro, he said so. Keith Rowley said he or nobody he knows have spoken to Maxi Coffee. We in deep, dark, and murky waters. I want to show you why, when I went on TV6, I said Keith Rowley is a jackass. Why I continue to say Keith Rowley is a complete jackass. This is why. That jackass trying to sway the hearts of the people in the audience, he said, in 1991, a gentleman by the name of Winston Ali quit his job. Now, he lied there. Because you gotta quit your job to run for election. So I don't know that Winston Ali had a job that he could quit in the first place. But the entire thing sounds suspect from the time Rowley started to speak. But how do you know when Keith Rowley is lying? His lips are moving. His lips are moving. Once his lips are moving, you could be reliably certain that that son of a bitch, that stunting jackass, is lying. He said Winston Ali quit his job to run for the PNM for Caroni. In them days, it was just Caroni. And failed. And he said, this is the whole hard pull. He said the PNM didn't do the right thing by Winston Ali. And that Winston, and he alludes, again, red flag, we are about the ninth red flag, he alludes that because Winston Ali ran for election as PNM, he couldn't get a job nowhere. What did Winston do? Winston went home and poisoned his children, his wife, and killed himself. That madman was almost inflicted on the nation. Somebody who is capable of equating failure to get a job with kill my children, kill my wife, and kill myself. That madman was almost inflicted. Listen, Lyndon Mack, I am quoting verbatim Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabga Rowley. Let them take me to court. I clear in my mind. That stunting jackass said that from that day go forward, he felt that the right thing was to take Trinidad money and give to PNM members whenever they're in trouble. Now look where we reach. Deep, dark, and murky water. Stormy weather. The clouds are gathering. It's dangerous outside here. Because you have a prime minister who used somebody's insanity as a justification to commit a crime. Where we go in Trinidad and Tobago? Where we reach? Where is the law association? Where is the Chief Justice? Is he on sabbatical? Where are all of the office holders who have a responsibility to stand up in defense of this democracy? Where are they today? How come we have to, as private citizens, pursue the matter of Maxi Coffee till Stuart Young could come and lie to the nation and go on Hamer show and Hamer that giggling Barbie doll jackass, Hamer, without doing any due diligence, because I know I've been interviewed by Hamer enough times to know she's not a fool. So something else was at play. Because Hamer knows that she can't just take Stuart Young's word for it. She knows that. Stuart Young cannot say, Philip Alexander say Maxi brain dead. I here to tell you Maxi not brain dead. Hamer is not judge, jury, and Lord High Executioner. Hamer is media. Hamer needs to say, Stuart, Minister Young, MP for St. Anne's, Port of Spain North, do you have evidence? But she didn't. Hamer giggled and she bounced around on the chair and she allowed Stuart Young's bullshit to pass as fact. I had to fight Stuart Young's bullshit in the public space and raise the ire of the people of Trinidad and Tobago for Fitzgerald Hines to masquerade as Maxi Coffee. Look where we went now. To go on Hamer's show and read a post that Fitzgerald Hines, write on Maxi wall and pretend it was Maxi. So now Hamer is giggling and bouncing for Fitzy. But Hamer, as journalists, as media, have no proof that this jackass telling the truth. I had to expose Fitzgerald Hines as a liar, as a double-tongued deceiver. I had to do the media's job and unmask the pretense, the farce. The public became upset to the point Keith Rowley could no longer hide behind liars and Decepticons. He had to call a meeting and he went to La Hoqueta Talparo to lie in person. And he did it. And he lied to the people of this country. Camille Robinson Regis, attack dog in chief, took the lie a next step further and say she is in touch with him regularly. Yet, Maxi Coffee, who is recovering well, who will be back in November, who will be back in December, who will be back in January, Maxi Coffee, who is doing cartwheels in the hallways, will be back in Easter. That Maxi Coffee now needs critical surgery, or he will die. Where did this intend to go? I told Trinidad and Tobago in October, Maxi Coffee is not coming back to Trinidad and Tobago. If he comes back at all, he is a vegetable. He is brain dead on life support at $12,000 US a day. And they're going to try a stunt to see if they could kickstart this man. And that could go one of two ways. They could open the eyes of a vegetable, or they could fry his brain and he could die. Now you tell me, what I just told you was a ganging up on the people by the government and media organizations peddling fake news, government propaganda. Sabga News Network can no longer be trusted. When Fazir Mohammed called me on TV6, it was to do damage to the Progressive Empowerment Party on behalf of his handlers. When Kimmy Cole's phone call came to me to come and talk about the PEP's policies for sport in Trinidad and Tobago, it was a ruse, it was a lie to do damage, to kill the message by destroying the messenger. Philip Edward Alexander keeps Keith Rowley and the entire hierarchy of the UNC awake at night. Only because I am not willing to sell my soul in a country where bandits masquerading as politicians run our government. Where are we going, Trinidad and Tobago? I am going to make a call, and if I get through, I want to share some information with you. Give me 1 minute. If I get through. Talk among yourselves. I'm not getting through. I'm hoping she calls back. She has some critical information that I want you to hear, not from me. You hear it from an eyewitness. So, I'm waiting to see if she sees the missed call, because she's expecting me to call Winston Alley. What did I say? Did I say a different name? The name is Winston Alley. Did I say something else? All of you who help keep me honest and give me all of the corrections that I need, thank you very much, always. Amri Dulal, as Chief Research Officer, second to none. I don't double check when she tells me something. Because when she research, she willing to put her neck on a block for what she say. For what she tell you. If she tell you it's so, it's so. I'm giving her 2 more minutes. In the meantime, if you would like to call, as another thing, my phone number, I get calls from all over the world. Lorena asking me where my brush. Lorena, if you was here from early, I reach out to Leela, my hairdresser. I ask her, I say, I know what's going on with the spikes all of a sudden. But we will sort that out. Leela will sort that out. Yeah. True talk. My phone number. The whole world have my phone number. Funny, eh? 682-2110. And if you would like to call and have your say or say something, feel free while I'm waiting on this young lady to call and give me information that we need. I can't find what I'm looking for. Yeah? Friday Night Line, Philip, and you gave me so much back and I'll give you something.
We go down the road. Shall we go down the road? Go down the road. Go down the road. Hey, hey. Carnival in the air. Pretty girls everywhere. Take a wine by the truck. Hey, get ready to juke, juke, juke. Get ready to juke, juke.
Rohan, it's yours. I'm bringing it to you Saturday and I'm giving it to you. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Mr. Philip, good
Yes.
afternoon, good evening.
Good evening, you're
Calling
live.
from United States, New Jersey.
Hi, New Jersey.
I have 2 questions.
Could you speak up a little bit so that
Good question.
everybody could hear, please?
I said, can you hear me good now?
Yes, and you need to know also there
Yeah.
is a delay on a WhatsApp call, so be guided. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what happened? The questions I have here, 2 questions. 1, you know where Grand Bazaar is there? That, I don't know if it's Sabga owned that or Sydney Knox and Neil Massey.
Sabga own it. It's part of the answer, Macau
Okay.
Group.
Okay. Did they own that property?
The
They
land
own
that the
property
building is
when
on?
somebody- Yeah.
I understand that was the highway reserve. I don't know what was the arrangement that was made for them to be allowed to build Grand Bazaar car park on it. But in this country, who have more corn could feed more fowl.
Okay, because the reason why I asked that question for, the people in Bamboo, like where they have the car parts place and the people down there who have the land for so many years, like 50, 60 years, 70 years, you know, I don't know if they probably have a lease, for a government lease. And up to now, as I say, the UNC, the PNM comes and go, and they never even make an effort. They say, well, let me legalize that land to give the people the property, the land, deed, so that they could go about their business, and charge them some money.
These political parties have no interest in stabilizing your life. They need you off balance. They need you beholding to them. They need you to come outside the office with your two hands together, hoping for a handout. That's all they bring to the table.
Right. And that's what they continue doing for years, because Basde Pandey wasn't there. I'm not bashing anybody. But from a little boy, what I know, according to you, they really play games. Because he was inside there, he never did anything. Manin was inside there, he never did. Rowley in there, Kamala in there, Chambers was in there, and they never did anything. Because, they just only one thing convenient for themselves. Because you know where Barataria Senior Comprehensive is?
Yes.
Barataria down there?
Yeah.
Okay. My grandfather had owned all that property in the back there. And I could remember back in 1978, I think it was 78 or 74, somewhere around there. I was a little kid when they grade the land down, because we had things planted up in there. When they come and they just grade it away, one day my father, we went home to eat lunch, and when we came back, they take the bulldozer and the bulldozer thing, they build the Barataria Senior Comprehensive School. That's what they did. Down
Do me
there,
a favor.
Salad.
I want you to send me a private message on Facebook so I know who I'm talking to. And I want you to give me contact information so I can give the senior team members your contact information so we could work together on any information that you have that you could share, and we could work together to see whatever resolutions we could get. Yeah?
Yeah, well, what I might coming down in Trinidad maybe by the end of the month. So I'm coming straight down to Stanmore Avenue. I donate a little time, some little donation in between here and there for you.
Thank you very much.
One time I sent a donation from the States.
Thank you
and
very much.
you got it. But I want to come down there and see you so we could talk a little bit.
Thank you very much. I look forward to that
attitude.
opportunity.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk more about the property things and all them things.
Thank you.
And according to you, it's just only play a political game convenient for themselves. And they're just playing Russian roulette with everybody in the country. So I hope people open their eyes and learn a lot. For benefit for themselves and the children. Otherwise, I don't know what. Dog eat dog.
Thank you, my friend. Have a good evening.
Okay, man. Take care. I'm going to listen to you now on the video.
Okay. Hello, good evening. You're live. Hello, good evening. You're live.
Hello? Hello?
Listen to me on the phone, not on your recording device, because there's a delay. Good evening. You're live.
Okay, sir. Good evening. Hello?
Hi, good
Hear me
evening.
clearly?
Yeah, everybody's hearing you clearly.
All right. I came in the country in the early part of this year, and I was standing waiting for my pickup. And some Barrett passed, and this guy was eagerly chasing him down. And the guy said, I want to talk to you. And the guy had on a TCL jersey. And Barrett said, like you're going to go orange. But I had no idea what you're talking about. So I said, okay, and you're going to go orange. So I came home, and I went on Google search, Orange Party in San Diego. I have been locked on ever since.
They're panicking from the start. Send me a message on Facebook, but a private message, please, with all your contact information, if you don't mind.
I have no privacy when it comes to PEP.
Thank you. But send it to me so I could get everybody. I could put you onto the whole team and get you involved.
Okay, I'll be up in Brazil tomorrow too.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Well, come on, shake my hand when you see me when you're there. I want to meet you. Okay?
No problem. Have a good evening, everyone.
You too, my
Bye.
friend. Bye bye. Yeah. Yeah. So I get my call from the person that I'm waiting on the call for, and I need y'all to hear this. So we gotta hold on. We gotta hold on this person because I want her to share her thing herself.
Rajin Najim Jim Jum Chana na 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 nazir Chana na 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 nazir Chaturang ko gaye ras रंग को सुनाऊंगा मैं चतुरंग को गाए रस रंग को सुनाऊंगा मैं राजिंदर जीम जीम झूम राजिंदर जीम जीम झूम जाना ना 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 नाज़र जाना ना 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 नाज़र चतुरंग को गाए रस रंग को सुनाऊंगा मैं चतुरंग को गाए रस.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
Is this room 201?
Oh my God, is this room 201? What a blast from the past.
Well, I had to ask if this is room 201 because I'm seeing housekeeping. So, I just want to...
Oh gosh, I need to
input.
ask you to allow me to just take this call and come back to you. You mind holding?
Sure.
Okay. Hello, good evening. You are live. You don't have to say your name. Yeah, you don't have to say your name, but you are live. And I just wanted you to share the information that you were trying to share with me, with the public. You mind doing that?
I'll try my best too.
Okay.
Okay, so basically today I went to the Arima Borough Corporation to collect my health certificate. And upon arriving there, there was basically a little riot taking place there with members of the Arima market. They were upset that the health inspectors and stuff were being a lot more strict with their regulations. So I believe they closed the gate to the Arima market, and there were a lot of protesters very upset about that.
And so the MPs, anybody was there with them? The protesters?
No, the only person that I saw there with the protesters was Dr. Kublal Singh.
He was protesting with the market vendors?
Yeah, he was not verbally protesting, but he was physically there with them.
And they were protesting the closure of the market?
Yeah.
And the market was closed for health violations, that's what they were told?
Yeah, basically, well, the persons, the health inspectors and all of they are located at the Arima Borough Corporation there, which is upstairs SCB in Arima.
Right.
And I believe they went there to protest because that's where the health officers would be located. And to my knowledge, this is what I was able to gather from my short time there. The health officers closed it because these persons, like, they weren't compliant with food safety regulations. One vendor was complaining that she can't afford to purchase new tarpaulin for her produce, and that roadside vendors, they don't have to follow the same regulations because they usually park up their vehicles on the side of the road, and nobody is there to basically, tell them that they can't do it at the time.
So they're enforcing rules in a mismanaged environment where confusion reigns, yeah?
Sorry?
They're trying to enforce rules in a mismanaged environment.
Well, basically because, for several years, all of the markets, even, all the ones that I have visited actually, from the minute you walk in, you could see that they are basically going against most of the regulations. You see people trying to sell off produce that isn't safe for human consumption. And I'm all for, buying local and promoting local produce and stuff like that. But these people, they have been getting away with a lot of things for a really long time. And, they are upset now that something is trying to be done about it.
Right. So, but do you know, well, I guess you wouldn't be in a position to know what they're proposing to be done.
No, the thing is, the only thing they were screaming and nobody was actually saying anything or proposing anything. I think, it's typical Trinidad, you have where you're going and get on bad. They were just hurling for the gates of the market to be opened.
Okay, but is the Borough Corporation responsible for keeping the market clean? Is that part of the thing, part of the conversation, or it is only the where the vendors sell their own stalls, if that is the problem, the condition of their stalls?
I am not too sure about that. I'm not too familiar with that area in particular. As I said, I just went there because I had some business to conduct in the area, and I was basically inconvenienced by the protesters at the time.
Well,
So I didn't really get to find out much about what the Arima Borough Corporation does for the people.
well, we will definitely have to follow this up, but I appreciate your giving us that information as an eyewitness. Thank you very much for that.
No problem.
Take care. She's a solid pepper, and but I can't give you her name. Unfortunately, I'm trying to see if my other call is still there. I don't know how to get back to it. So, caller, if you see me, if you can, return the call. My God. All right. Okay, good. All right. I'll wait it out and see what's going on. Yeah? Orange we're wearing tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Progressive Empowerment Party will be at Oakland Recreation Club in Talparo, La Joqueta Talparo. We will be there out and bad. Now, they have some information. I'm not one of those stunters that will tell you that we're coming to share information to use it as a draw to pull you. I'm waiting on our attorneys to tell us if we could share this information. If we could share it now, or tomorrow, or Monday, wherever I get a chance, because we're dealing with everything in the public space. But tomorrow at 6 p.m., not 6 noon, tomorrow at 6 p.m., you have a responsibility to yourself, to your family, to your friends, to your neighborhood, to your country. You have a responsibility to Trinidad and Tobago to come out in your numbers, to bring your family, to bring your friends, to bring your neighbors. Come and be a part of, you see, this conversation. This conversation that we have nightly is just me. Imagine this conversation set on fire. That is what you get at a PEP public meeting, because you hear others who are quite more capable talk and give you information. Plus, we have an open microphone. You have an opportunity to speak. So I'm really looking for all of you to come out in your numbers tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow is Saturday, 6 o'clock at Oakland Recreation Club oops, let me get the exact address and give you the exact address so you have all that you need. I want to tell you sometimes, when you do a live video, depending on the length of the video, when you're done, the Facebook machine picks one of 10 screenshots. So it 10 frames out of the thousands of frames that make up the show, it selects 10. And of the 10, you have a choice. It picks one randomly. But of the 10, if you don't like the random one they choose, it picks one. But sometimes it's picked 10 of the most random positions and they have nothing you could do about it, and you have to go and try and find the least ugly version of you to share. Right, Oakland Recreation Club, to have as the video picture. So if ever you see one of the videos and you see me looking, that's the best shot. And sometimes you have to take that. Oakland Recreation Club, Lamp Post 231, Brazil Village, Talparo Main Road, 6 p.m. The national anthem starts 6 p.m. on the dot, and you want to be there for that, because from that moment, from then go forward, it's just heat, and it's nice. And I go live from 8 to 9. 8 to 9, that's my segment. But come from 6 o'clock. Come and sing the national anthem. Come and stand. Come and, well, they have chairs. Come and join the family. That 3 hours of the actual meeting, and then line with us after, because it's a recreation club. So you know, there may be some drinking after. Yeah? And, well, it's Friday Night Line. And we have some information to share. Notes. Right. I do not know why Suzanne sent me this, but oh, right, she's just talking to me. And I say yes, and it looks like WhatsApp is back up. So we take this call. Hello, good evening, you're live.
Hello, Philip, this is Nicholas. How you doing?
Hey, Nicholas, what's up, buddy?
Yes, I want to go back to the Kim Cole video, right?
Nobody wants to go back to the Kim Cole video. Why on earth?
No, I just want to show you how it was planned. I want you to go and look at your facial expression when you was talking about the Jericho project.
Listen, Nicholas,
facial expression, and you will see that she.
Nicholas, I hear you. I hear you, and I know that it was an ambush. But I couldn't leave in the ambush.
It was a big ambush.
It was a big ambush, but I couldn't leave in the ambush. The most I could do was just fight it out and, you know, deal with it. But thanks a lot for that. And, yeah, see you tomorrow.
Unfortunately, yeah, can't make it tomorrow, but you have to support, you know.
Don't be joking. Dave relying on you to be there to assist him, so you have to change whatever plans you change.
They always dissing me, boy.
But forget that, Dave is your real partner. And him, even if you have a medical emergency tomorrow, wheel yourself in. We need you there. See what you can do.
Don't worry. You have my support, 100%.
I know that, brother. I know you're a hot pepper. Take care. Thanks a lot for calling.
You take care, man. Yeah.
All right, bye. Yeah. So, as this beautiful version of the Friday Night Line, Housekeeping, it was called Housekeeping because I needed to answer those questions. And I don't want you, the viewers, to ever think, and I mean everybody, you don't agree with me? Stefan, look at Stefan, look at Susie Hadid. You don't have to agree with me. We could agree to disagree on points. We could agree to disagree. There is a saying. If both of us agree on everything, one of us is unnecessary. And what that means is people are going to have differences of opinions in different things. And you take that in stride. Where we become the full conscious contributing versions of ourselves is when we could disagree without becoming disagreeable. I don't have to tell Stefan about his mother so-and-so, and Stefan don't have to bring my mother into it for us to disagree. We disagree. At the end of the day, at the end of the conversation, we hope that this will remain the year for love. But tomorrow, in Calfaro, pepper will burn them. And if you're not there, you're going to lie and say a word. Pepper will burn them. You see tomorrow? All them bodies. Rowley's a baddest. You want to take money all outside and shit kick him in? Rowley is a madman.
Another young boy fall. Your soul can't rest at night. Oh, you's a bad man. Bad man is a man who lives even woman and protect the young ones by any means, Lord. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. A real bad man just makes his own decisions. He don't need anyone. He only needs God. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. So
sit down, rock back.
Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people from wicked and evil.
Oh, you know.
Stop, sit down, rock back. Big man look for a walk. You're too damn evil.
But if you distress my people,
Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh, Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh, say little boy, you ain't bad at all.
little boy Rowley, you ain't bad. This is the year for love. This is the year for truth. This is the year for justice. This is the year for togetherness. This is the year that the people of Trinidad and Tobago get their country back. This is the year for standing up and speaking out. This is the year of the beginning the process of undo and redo. This is the year of one people under one flag. This is the year when black people, Indian people, white people, Chinese people, Jew, Hindu, Arab, Muslim, Christian, Baptist, wherever you're coming from, wherever is your flick, come with it. We as one people under one flag. Our slogan, one people under one flag, burning them like pepper. And our logo, you see that logo? Those three humans under that umbrella. An umbrella is an international symbol for safety and protection. The color orange is the international known color that for safety. The Progressive Empowerment Party is your safety zone. And you know you have the king in the north. You know you have a people's champion. You know we ain't taking bullshit. And you hear the rest of the team is lions and lionesses. They say, if you leave one wolf alive, the sheep are safe. So we will make sure, at the end of the day, the people of Trinidad and Tobago has never had representation. You've never had a proper government. And if you think I lie, tell me how. Because if we ever had a proper government, the health sector couldn't be so. The education sector couldn't be so. The price of food couldn't be like that. The impossibility to own a home, the condition of the roads, the cities, the sidewalks, the drains, the flooding, the landsliding, the entire nation broken. It twists, it turn up, it upside down. Nothing works. Nothing works. For you to go and renew your driver's permit, you need to take about 3 days off. The first day is to start, but you're sure you're finishing. How could that be the plight and predicament? How could that be the condition of the inheritors of the third wealthiest nation in the Western Hemisphere? Half the planet, we third. How could that be our plight? If any of these governments start from Manning to Rowley, pretend that that's all. In the last 12 years, $720 billion. Manning, Kamala, Rowley. And we have shit all to show for it. Everything that they build, every shiny edifice in the sky, we owe the Chinese people for. Where did our money go? What did they do with the $5 billion a year spent for the health sector? That is $60 billion in 12 years. $60 billion. You could have buy Grenada for that money. Where is the $108 billion spent on national security? What do you get for it? And next $65 billion spent on education. And the Prime Minister calling the children wild hyenas from African jungle. They don't see here. That's what the Prime Minister say. Dunsey-headed children. Where did our money go? What did Manning do? Between 1996 and 2007, they burned through 77 billion US dollars. That's just oil. Where did it go? Who has that money? Who is stunting, driving big fancy car, masquerading behind business edifice that they're not a real business, you know. It looks like one from outside. It have a sign, and have an open and a close, and it have 142 branches. But they don't have to make money, you know. It's just there to look like the part, because these people money don't necessarily have to come from that business. Where did our $720 billion go? If it didn't pay for anything for the people, where is it? Because if they spent it on Trinidadians, we would have all have gotten a check for $720,000. Did you get yours? Because mine must have been lost in the mail and I could use it. I want to travel and see the world. I'm sure you have plans. And if you have 5 family members, $3.5 million is all their money. That's all they share. Your family, $3.5 million. Work the maths. Where is our money? Goodwood Park Hill? Where's our money? Fairways? Where's our money? St. Clair? Where's our money? London town. New York, New York. Miami. Our money is all over the world. The children flying on private jets to stunt in Paris to post on Facebook. With we money. Your mommy and your daddy's a crook and a thief. And they're involved in a conspiracy to rob and defraud the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And instead of having a well-run, well-organized, well-protected, well-put-together country where every creed and race could have in fact found an equal place, what we have is a failed nation, a third-world shithole, a cesspool, where we should be the brightest jewel on planet Earth. Look at what we have. And your door locked tight. And you have 2 doors. At every window, and you're sleeping with one eye open, and you don't sleep till everybody home, and you're afraid and you're panicking all the time, and every little situation can escalate into a bad situation, and every office you go into, every business place they gouge in you, every public sector office you're going to, the service is beyond bullshit. Aren't you fed up of that? Aren't you fed up of knowing that in an emergency, what you could marshal for yourself, that is all you're entitled to. You're not fed up of that. Because if you was really fed up of that, if the people of Trinidad was really fed up of that, tomorrow in Brazil, Lamppost 231, Oakland Recreation Club, tomorrow they'll have 20,000 people. If Trinidadians was really fed up, you would have seen them mobilize, evangelize, standing up and speaking out. You would see them in the streets, marching hand in hand. We, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, should have said a long time ago, whatever this is unacceptable. No more stunting, no more Decepticons, no more bullshit, no more lies, no more fake news. Give us a well-run country, give us representation and management. And if you cannot give us that, fire your blasted selves.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can foretell our country's fate. Move and use it well before it's late. If it is that who you're voting, well, beyond a doubt. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the proven to be your sinful amount, when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about, just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they can see, vote them out. Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total scorn.
The jackasses have just passed the anti-gang bill. Trinidad, they just passed the anti-gang bill. It is not yet law. It has to go to the Senate. We now have to mobilize and go to the Senate And we need to protest and request that this not be law. We will talk tomorrow in Talparo. Come out in your numbers. We need to stand for Trinidad and Tobago. We need to do this now. I'm looking out to see you. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.